What's up, everybody? It's Adam here at Apache. I got something special for you today. I got a brand new 2027 197 MB Jay Flight. Well, it's 25 years that Jayco's been making the Jay Flight floor plan, and they changed a few things up on it this year to give it a little facelift, which you probably have seen on my 265 video that we have. But today I'm going to dive into a little bit more of the fiberglass aspect of the Jay Flight that we actually have as an option, because behind me, as you can see right here, you got fiberglass, and then behind me over here you have aluminum siding. So we're going to dabble into both of those, and then yeah, let's get right into it. So let's flip this guy around. Like I said, 2027 Jayco Jay Flight 197 MB. It's going to have the Murphy bed. It's going to have the slide out on it. It has a full set of bunk beds on it and everything of that sort. So we're going to get into this guy. So we all know Jayco's have always come, the Jay Flights have always been the aluminum siding. It's a 0.040 aluminum thickness siding. On the 2025 edition, let's get over here so you can see it on this guy. They changed the whole exterior graphics package. They put the 25th anniversary on it, so you'll see that. And then when we walk to the back here, you'll see it on the back. This is JJ, just to let you guys know, that's his name. He's flying our plane. If you go back to when I started in the year 2000, he was in a light blue plane. Now he's in a white plane for our 25th anniversary. So, but yeah, so here you'll see the difference. So again, fiberglass, aluminum siding. So aluminum siding, what is it? It's wood structure, fiberglass insulation, and then the aluminum siding, it's called the Pittsburgh bend that's on it, and we staple it to it. So each piece is actually tucked up underneath the bottom of it, stapled, boom, we're ready to go. So that's how that's built. Now on the fiberglass side of the Jay Flight, that's where it's gonna get a little different than our standard Jay Feather that's over here. So what we do is it's called hung fiberglass, and I have a piece of the fiberglass actually that we borrowed from Jayco. And it's still a wood structure, it's still fiberglass insulation, but every stud, every corner extrusion, your new lights, I'll get into those as well, your awning, your compartment doors, your outlet that's up there, all of those are actually going to help hold that fiberglass into place when it's actually installed, and then you got the full trim around it. So when you get into this, it might be tough to see here, but it's gonna sound a little hollow and you see a little bit of movement in it. And the reason it is because it literally is hanging there. It's glued to each stud, every cross member, so every hole that's cut out on a Jayco is actually framed in. That light that's there on the corner is actually gonna have a plywood backer, same with your outlet. So we don't sit here and cut corners when it just comes to that stuff. I'm actually overbuilding these guys a lot when we go through and build these. So when we look at this fiberglass, I got it up here in this front storage compartment. We're gonna dive into this. Let's see where the best light would be for us to look at this. All right, so it's tough to see this. So we use the standard Phylon fiberglass, and then we use 2 pieces of 1/8 inch Luan. And then on the back of it, you can see that there's a seam that's right here. Now there's 2 different colors. So every 4 feet, you have a seam where the Luan paneling is in that wall. But if you did just 1 piece of Luan behind that fiberglass, you would actually see that seam. So Jayco will actually stagger those seams, so every 2 feet you have a seam that's off-centered, and then that's why you don't see any of the seams on the sidewalls of our Jaycos when we use it as a hung fiberglass. This allows us to give you the fiberglass look of my Jay Feather without the cost, because that guy over there is going to give you the vacuum bonded wall, which we'll dabble into that on my 21 mmL or another Jay Feather that we have that's over here that I'll do a video on. But so for 2025, they didn't change anything except some colors, some stickers, some decals. Yeah, but up front on your Jayco, this is going to be standard on all your Jaycos. So you have a standard A-frame that goes through your cross members. So you look at that, and then when you look at my competitors, this cross member here is going to be on the bottom side of that. So now I have 6 inches, well, 4 inches on the sides, so that's 8 inches of weld, 2 across the top, so there's 10. You have 12 inches of welding that go through that cross member, and then that A-frame here, that attaches into your I-beam frame that's back here in the back, and then it's all welded into it. And then we use the 5-inch thick, 5-inch tall I-beam frame that goes all the way down with our outriggers that are no more than 4 foot apart. So again, getting into that stuff is where Jayco stands apart from everybody else, is because they're going to overbuild these guys. That's why I tend to be a little heavier than everybody else, because of one, how this is put together up here in the front, but then also 2, on how many outriggers that I have that are down there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. There's 9 outriggers on a 19-foot camper. Find that somewhere else, please. So that's where Jayco's going to stand apart on these guys. And do things a little bit differently. One thing for 2027 that they changed, these went to the circle marker lights opposed to the little oval lights that are over there on the side like that. They are still prepped to be able to do cameras, so we would take those off and we'd actually be able to put the cameras on there. Then you're going to have your pass-through storage all the way through to the other side. All your compartment doors, all your windows on all your Jaycos, these are all framed in. So it's tough to see that because Jayco's going to use a wide lip that's inside here, and you can see the screws that are in here. And that's actually what's going to hold this compartment door to that stud that's inside there. And that's why you don't have any screws on the outside or any of the vinyl insert that you normally see on these compartments. So when you close this, it's a fully, it's a clean compartment door, so you don't have to worry about that. Then you have the magnet doors. Key to like system, it's still the same there, nothing's changed. Jayco went to a Dometic awning with the new light inside of the awning that's up top there. Then again, 110 outlet, 30,000 BTU Suburban heater. We have the vent for the stove here as well. 6 lug axles, and then again another storage compartment back here because this is the one that's underneath of the back bunk. Then you see your water line that's there, that's going to be coming over to your 60,000 BTU tankless water heater that you have normally on all of your other campers. So nothing's changed there. Crank down jacks in the back. And then with your windows, again, we framed that all the way in. And if you guys have heard me before, it's tough to see it on this guy. But when you look at the side of this, there's no caulk around any Jayco window. I'll go to this one, I'll go to that Jay Feather, I'll go to this Jay Flight here. But since I have this Jay Flight here, I'm gonna go right to it here. And then you get into it and you can see there's a rubber D-seal that's here. So that adheres to every nook and cranny on the side of this camper. So therefore, one, you look at it, there's still no caulk on this. We don't caulk our windows into place. We don't use butyl tape and then caulk it. We actually use a rubber seal because these windows are pinched together and they actually need to be able to move. That's why Jayco does that, because it makes it, one, less work for you guys when you're out camping and having to worry about general maintenance. 2, when we are going on the road and that camper does twist on us, that window is going to twist and flex opposed to the glass popping and breaking. The Lippert hang-on ladder is prepped for it. It's prepped for your backup camera that's there. Then you're gonna get into your freshwater tank down here. It is a 30-gallon freshwater tank, all right? Then, I was talking about the I-beam frame. Your I-beam frame comes all the way to the back bumper back here. And then as you notice, a little gold piece that's down there, that's actually going to be a gas hookup that's tapped off the 20-pound propane tank up front. So if you have a Blackstone or your own portable grill that you want to bring, you have the hookup for it there, so you don't have to worry about adding that onto it. One other thing we've changed 2-ish years ago, we actually put backup lights on these. So when we put our truck or SUV into reverse, it's actually going to turn those lights on. It's going to illuminate behind us. All right. Then you have your cable hookup here, city water connection. Then you're going to have your black gray tank that you can see all those down here. Then you're also going to have your low point drains. Makes it easy for us to go through and winterize it. Or if you do go through and get cold, you can open those up and drain the water of the system, and then you're good to go. Your black tank is, we're going to call it 39 gallons because it's almost 40, and then the gray tank is 39 gallons as well. So we have tons of wastewater capacity compared to our 30-gallon fresh water tank that we have. All right. Then you're going to have your Schwintek slide system that's on the side of the camper. Then we're going to have another compartment that's here on the outside that's underneath of that U-shaped dinette booth that we can access from here, or we can access it from the outside. Then we have the other side of our storage compartment that's there. But then that's going to be the outside of your 197 in a hole. We order them both ways, so we'll order them with the aluminum siding, and then we also order them with the glass. We have 2 more 197s in aluminum siding coming in with glass. We just are with aluminum siding, and then we have another one coming in with glass because, you know, that's how we like to have them, to give our customers the option. It's like, you know what, I love the look of that, or, you know, I love the cost of one. So, you know, the aluminum siding is going to be a little bit less expensive. The fiberglass is going to give you a little bit smoother, sleeker look that's there. But let's hop right inside this guy. So we changed the interior color of our cabinets. We went to the light gray. We kept the black handles. When we get into our bigger Jay Flights, you'll see that they have the gold handles. These are also going to have the black handles. But then here we're going to have your kitchen cabinets, your microwave, your hood that's, as you saw, vented outside, 2-burner stove, high-rise faucet, 110 outlet behind it, 2 cabinet doors that are here. All your cabinet doors are all mortise and tenon together, as you can see. Then we have the spot for a trash can down there. Then underneath of the stove, we have our big drawers that are full extension drawers that are here. So you got 2 big drawers there. One thing they did change, they used to have the big drawer down here, but then we moved our power converter there. And also what's going to be with the power converter is this actually is auto detect. So if we ever decide to put a lithium battery on here, you don't have to do anything. You just put it on and it's ready to go, and it'll detect that for us. Then we're going to have the 10.7 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer. So it's the 12-volt fridge and freezer. It's going to cool down in, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's going to give you a lot more room in it than our standard gas electric refrigerators that are inside there. All right. Then you're going to have your hanging closets on either side of the bed. Another little cabinet that's down here. We have 110 and USB USB-C ports that are on that side of the bed. Shelves on this side of the bed here. Cabinet up top. What that cabinet's for is this: if we decided to ever order these without the rooftop air conditioner, that's actually where your window AC would go. So it's super easy for us to go through and have that there. But then we will always order these guys with the air conditioner. It's going to be the 13.5 roof mounted air conditioner, as you see right here, and it's going to freeze you out of here because it is what we use on a lot of our bigger campers. And well, this is 19 foot with a small slide out on it. So without further ado, let's get into this Murphy bed. All right, so I wanted to get that set up. So me and my bum shoulder are going to do this. So I'm going to grab the couch, lift up, fold down, grab your left hand here, pull this down, boom. Now you have a full queen size mattress. So you can go through and change this mattress out to a regular queen size mattress if you wanted to, because I have the space for when it folds up, where a lot of our competitors, theirs are sideways, or you have to fold their mattress in half in order for us to do it. So we have a little bit taller ceiling height on the inside, which allows us to be able to have a full mattress that's inside here. So when we're ready to, you know, get up, go for the day, lift this guy up, locks that into place, lift that, fold down, boom. Now we have our couch and our floor space back. Armrest in between the 2 seats of our couch that are there. One thing that we didn't see that's on the back corner of our cabinet is behind that cabinet there. It's going to have another 110 outlet. So for our CPAP machines, cell phones, stuff like that, there's a cubby hole that's back there. And actually, let's just show it to you, because it's not easy to show everybody. Grab that. So we have this cubby hole that's here, and then you have your 110 outlet that's back there in the back corner. So it's nice because I go through and I can have that. But then moving along, big window in our slide out. It is a slider window. We have the big U-shaped dinette booth that's going to fold down, make into bed. Storage all the way underneath of it. They changed the color of the slide fascias. They went to the little bit darker brown that's on there. Spot here for our TV. The Coleman Mach thermostat for our air conditioner and our furnace. Another 110 outlet there on the bottom. Then going in the bathroom, one thing that we always, you know, get sacrificed on is the size of our bathrooms, because we always want to do a tub or something. So here we actually have a 30 by 30, I believe, tub. So, or I should say shower. So it allows us to get in there, have a little bit more room for us to actually take a shower. And then when we do that, Jayco's going to strategically place the skylight inside here. So now we have the skylight that's inside there. You have the shower head that's up there high. So therefore when we are standing there, it's not, you know, hitting us in the chest. But it's a one-piece fiberglass surround with the little shelves that are inside of it. And then we have the lip that goes up from our shower basin in there. Then you'll have your mirror that's here, your main 110 GFI plug, as you see, the toilet paper holder, and then you have storage underneath of the sink, foot flush toilet, and then you have a small linen closet that's there. All right. Then bunk beds. We always talk about our Jaycos and our bunk beds. So top bunk, you guys should know this by now, but if not, I'm going to tell you, it's 600 pounds weight capacity. How does Jayco do that? Well, on all these walls, so this back wall, that back wall, this side wall, and then also this wall here, Jayco will actually put 2x2 studs in this wall. So when I lift this up, this is stapled down. If you would lift this up, you'd see screws going in this whole side wall, all the way around there, all the way around the back, and then all the way up this wall. We don't hope that we're gonna hit one of the studs that's in the wall because we're on 16-inch centers. We actually put a 2x2 stud in there, so I know I'm going to hit it, and that's how I'm able to actually do 600 pounds on my double beds, and then we are 300 pounds on our single beds. So when we get into like our 175s, that they're gonna have 300 pounds of capacity on there. Same on the bottom, emergency exit window that's back there, and then underneath of the bottom bunk, we open it up to give us some more storage that's there. Makes it a little easier for us to get in and out of. You can take that guy, and if you want, you can lift it up. And then if we wanted, some people will actually store their bikes down here, or if they have dog crates or anything of that sort, they can put that stuff right there. Makes it easy for them to get it in and out of and not have to worry about anything. So, but yeah, that's your 2027 197 MB in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the comments. Don't forget the like and the subscribe button. That actually is what allows us to keep doing what we're doing, is, you know, getting the people out there that like our page or subscribe to our page. You know, it helps us put out the content that you guys want. And also, if you want to see something, tell me. You know, you're not going to hurt our feelings. So tell us what you want to see, and we'll be more than happy to get out here and, like, you know, Adam, I want to see this. Cool. Give me 10 and I'll get out there. I'll send you guys a video. I'll repost it on there, and we'll be good to go. But then again, always come in and see why we say go one better, go Apache Village. Until next time, guys, we'll see you soon.